Birthdays. It is a celebratory moment. It is a ending of 1 year and a beginning of a new season. And today is my birthday. So if you're listening to this on another day, on the 5th of February, I was born many years ago. And so I want to do the special podcast episode of Things We Learn on a Monday morning on a Wednesday. And it's talking about celebrations, talking about birthdays. And this will be a short episode, and that's the aim. Just sharing my thoughts and my feelings about celebrations and birthdays, but also sharing my journey and what it's been like over this past year, this trip around the sun, the exciting moments, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And hope you enjoy this episode, and hope you find it helpful. And if you want to wish me a happy birthday, you can pop it in the comment section. It'll be great. But most of all, just hope you enjoy this episode. Before we get to what this year's been like, I thought, in fine tradition of scouring the internet, looking at celebratory things, gifts. In fact, I typed in weird and wonderful gifts that people have received on their birthdays. And my goodness, the internet is undefeated in its in its discovery. Man, there's some weird stuff on the internet and weird stuff that people have given, and just a few I want to highlight for the segment. And I hope you find it funny. Hope you find it. For me, it was just wild. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it up for you. And so if you are listening to this, obviously, I'll speak through it. But if you're seeing this visually online, then you can see for yourself. But I do encourage you, if you are listening on Spotify or Apple or any other platforms, do me a favor, do check it out on YouTube. Go onto YouTube, type in Jason Skippers, or type in Things We Learn on a Monday Morning, and then go to our YouTube channel, and then you just get to see some of the fun things that do pop up. So in scouting the internet, finding these weird and wonderful gifts that people have given. My goodness. Undefeated, absolutely undefeated. So the first one that popped up in the search is a plot of a land deed on the moon. Yes, people are, in fact, I don't know, NASA is selling, or this particular entity is selling small pieces of land on the moon. That you could buy, and you can register to buy. Obviously, there's a certain process you would go through, but this website is called Cosmic Register. Yeah, it's called Acres on the Moon for free. That's what it says. And I first thought this could be a hoax, but I mean, going in 2025, anything is possible. But this is a cool link, and so they've got experience in selling a moon. So they say we will innovate through technology for the benefit of humanity and help set up the next generation for the solar system frontier, starting with the moon. And they say, their mission is to create a movement with an organized effort by a vast group of people to help achieve space colonization. My goodness. So, and the vision is to extend human presence further to the moon and planets for sustainable long-term utilization and commerce. Yes. And the goal is to help colonize the universe for the benefit of mankind to last long after the Great Mission. So clearly they're an entity that is looking to advance humankind or humanity beyond the finite lifespan of the Earth, and looking to explore other parts of space. So I don't know if this is actually a legitimate entity, but you go through the entire process of registering your email. So you get in your email, complete the registration process, you receive the coordinates, and then it's authorized with human rights for planetary exploration. That's this particular body. You get to buy this thing, and so there's fun FAQs you could go through. I mean, that's where all the fun actually sits. One of the questions is, what if the government needs my land? If any government agency or private company plans to extend and sustain human activities across the solar system on your coordinates, we will revoke the land coordinates and issue you another parcel in an equivalent size while supplies last. So, oh my goodness. So I think this is more of a hoax or more of something, just a fun thing you can buy for but the Moon PDFs, Moon Deed, yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, I could register, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to give them my details. But yeah, so one thing you can give as a gift is acres of land on the moon, just as a gift. The second thing is what we call a potato parcel. Yes. So this company is legit. So they were on Shark Tank. They did a pitch Shark Tank. And so basically what they do is, instead of sending, and this is not only for Valentine's Day, this is across the board. So if you want to send a gift to someone via the mail, this is particularly in the US, you then purchase a potato. They write on the potato, or you can purchase a sticker, a stamp, or there's certain things you can purchase, and you can send that to a person for however many dollars. And so, and also this can also come in a Valentine's package or other packages where you send other gifts with it or other sweets and stuff with it. They're currently running a Valentine's Day special, being this is for the month of February. My goodness. And literally, it is a potato with Koki mark written on it, which can either be whatever message, I love you, or whatever. And then the person, you can stick the person's face on it, and then they package it in a box, and then they send it to the person. Why? But this is a viable, valuable business, a legitimate business, sorry. Yeah. And it's been featured in BuzzFeed, Business Insider, Yahoo, CNBC. So this is, you can go check them out online. They are a legitimate business, and this is called Potato Parcel. That's the name of the business. And then set of gifts that I want to cover, and this is a very weird website. Well, the website's Etsy. It's not a weird website, but you can find weird gifts on this website. And I mean, some of it is dodgy gifts. I do warn you, when you do look through the listing, it is quite weird stuff. But there's some funny ones, like this one called Danny DeVito Planter, which is the head molding of Danny DeVito with plants inside of it. There's a 225-year plus minus French sourdough starter. My goodness. There's some random stuff, like there's one I saw which is so cool. Long-legged Furbies. There's a lot of taxidermy stuff here on the website. So that's like where an animal has passed on, has died, and then they fill it with particular chemicals and fluff and wool and whatever stuff to inflate the body to its natural normal size, and so you can keep this animal or entity immortalized in your house on a pedestal, looking at you. And so there is some weird taxidermy stuff. But other than that, there's just some fun gifts you can find on Etsy. The third and final website I want to bring your attention to is this thing called This Is Why I'm Broke. And this is a cool website, which is also uncovers some weird gifts. So, like I said, if you are online, go check this video out. Check the video out I'm making. If you are listening to this on Spotify, Apple, or any other listening spaces, do go to YouTube and check out the video that this is part of. My goodness. So, the first one on this website, This Is Why I'm Broke. It's a realistic dog head mask. So this looks like, oh my goodness, it looks so realistic that it's life size, it fits on your head, and I wish I could describe it to you. It's one of those French dogs, almost like a French poodle type dog, with a big head and a big snout, but that fits on your head, and that's the picture. And it's white dog, beautiful eyes, black nose. The second gift in this particular in the options is offensive crayons, and there's offensive writing on it. So one of the lines is the white one. The white crayon is called privilege. My goodness. The other one, the pink one is called Self-Identified Blue. The orange one is Alcoholic Piss. Yeah. This is so stupid. And then there's the other one. I'll just read a few more. There's number 3 is the Scale of Things giant book. So in other words, a big giant book that these two gentlemen are holding. It's quite huge. Just to be fun of it, and that's $30, by the way, for that book. A cheese printer. Oh my goodness. So this is $10, or $9.99, and this is it's a device, a black device. So for those that are listening, it's a black device, and you plug your phone into it, and there's a picture on it, and the cheese in the back end. So there's an insert spot for the cheese, and there's an insert spot for your phone. It mounts your phone on, and then basically this device copies what's on your phone, the picture, and it copies it and prints it onto the cheese, and then that you can put that on the cheese slice and melt it. So like your face could be on a piece of cheese that's now part of a sandwich. Yes. There's a Judgmental Maps book. Yes, it's the spot for the States, people in the States. Yes, I guess it's providing judgmental thoughts about your space. There's other stuff. I won't read all of it because some of it is just super Dutch, but I won't read it. There's fish sandals that looks like actually fish that you put your feet into. My goodness. Strange flavored soda like buffalo wing soda. I've actually seen this somewhere else in another video. Sweet corn soda, pumpkin pie soda, French dressing, ranch dressing soda. So yeah, that's just in the States. People are weird. And then some of the last one I would just bring up, because you can look through the entire website, is Kevin eating broccoli Walcrox. And if you know Kevin from The Office, the American version, and yeah, there's a piece of broccoli that's the long end and the short end, and his face is everywhere on each part of the clock, representing a number on the clock, a face, and then it's just moving around. So yeah. So yeah, these are just a few of the gift ideas that are on the internet for people. Yeah, so if you are wanting to give gifts and weird and wonderful gifts to people, then these are the type of websites I do encourage you to go listen to, go look at for ideas. This is why I'm broke. Etsy. I do not want any of these gifts, to be honest. I do not want the potato. I do not want a land space on Moon, which clearly doesn't look legitimate. I do not want any of the weird gifts in Etsy, and definitely, well, some of these ones I would take actually on this last one. But yeah, if you want to give me gifts, I'm a tech person. I love tech. Other than that, your time is more than enough, and food is actually a nice gift. So that's all that matters. Time with my family is that's most important, and enjoying some good food is, yeah, that's what I enjoy. So yeah, these are just some of the weird gifts that you can find on the internet. This is a period of reflection where I look back into 2024 and what it's like being that trip around the sun. And it's been such an amazing year. God has been so faithful to me and my family, and to the business, and to all the entities and things I've been involved in. It's been such a fantastic year, and I just know that 2025 will be even better year. A year, I call it a pressure cooker year. Where, if you understand the purpose of a pressure cooker, it uses pressurized air and pressurized water to cook the food, and it's more flavorsome than cooking on the pot on the stove or anything like that. So I feel like potentially maybe the year this year that we will come out stronger after the pressure cooker year. But also it's the year of thriving, and that seems to be competing with each other. But it's definitely a year where I'm getting to enjoy the fruits of my labor of last year and the years prior, but being more intentional about time and more focused with time. So I won't be involved in too many weird and wonderful things outside, but focused in, and the things that I am involved in, being more intentional with it, and being more intentional, even more intentional with investing in family and in business and other areas. So yeah, but looking back at 2024, and it's been a fantastic year, and I can just give you a few I can just give you, 2024, I can just give you a few examples of what this year has been. And if I look back just from a business perspective and the amazing stories that I was involved in telling, I'll just throw one of the clients that I enjoyed working with last year as the African Whisperer podcast. Now go check them out on the pod. It's been a fun journey with them. This is a podcast which is produced and presented by Lee Kasumba, a fantastic individual, an amazing storyteller, curator, and auditor, someone who's I'm just excited about her meteoric rise. And yes, she's been in the public eye for so long, but where she's going, I just know it's going to be fantastic. And just some of the stories and the people she's engaged in with the second season of her podcast, it's just been fantastic. So, I got to chat to amazing award-winning fashion designer David Lally. And I'm in the background. I just serve from the technical perspective, ensuring all technical things are running smoothly for the podcast recording. And so that's my claim to fame in this space. But it's just been a fantastic opportunity. So David Lally, Anita Erskine. And if you don't know who they are, just go Google them. Wendy Okolo, so the first African female NASA engineer, aerospace engineer, and some of Vanya Leles, who was a diamond curator. So this is the type of people I get to engage in and help tell these stories and help Lee tell these stories, and it's just been a fantastic and fascinating journey with him. The other podcast, let's move it more closer to this year, is Breedline Africa. We just launched the podcast. The second episode, as we speak currently, is in production in terms of it's being reviewed, going through the review process. But what an amazing podcast where it's about children's rights, and it's telling stories of the plight and the challenges children face in South Africa and in the African continent, and how when basic needs are not met, it affects their growth and their future growth. And so first episode went out, and we spoke about the nurturing care framework, and amazing reviews and amazing responses from that particular episode. But I get to tell the stories, and I get help other people tell their stories and affect change. And that's my life's mission, that's my passion, is what I love doing. And so it's right up my alley, so I'm excited about that. So do check them out. It's the 6-part episode, and there's potential going beyond this first season, but do check it out. It's online, it's on YouTube, it's on all major platforms. It's worth a look. So that's Breedline Africa, and it's called Our Voice, Our Future, powered by Breedline Africa. So yeah, so check that out. And then closer to my home, closer to my podcast, which, like I said, it's a cathartic measure. It's a way in which I can just share and express my feelings and my thoughts and my my engagements, my learnings. It's called Things We Learn on a Monday Morning. Once a month, put it out there. And one of the highlights with all the amazing guests that I managed to speak to was chatting to Lizzie Brown. What an amazing giant, what an amazing person to speak to. And her husband are the curators and co-founders of one of the leading yoga apps in the world. So, and you can call it happenstance, as they say, or providence, whatever it may. But she's so engaged with the podcast, one of the podcasts that just popped up in the feed, and then she reached out, and we ended up chatting and became a guest, and that's it. No understanding, no previous connection, and my little small podcast that deals with my thoughts, my feelings, reached around the world for them in the States, and then we engaged in a wonderful conversation. So that episode is out, and who knows who we're going to engage with next over this year 2025 leading into 2026. But yeah, that was just one of the exciting moments for me for my podcast. So that's in the podcast space. And then in the other business space, last year being part of the entity called GK Consortium, and so it's where different business owners come together as a consortium, and we bring up prowess, our thought leadership, our thought, our ideas. This is like a think tank in which we help other businesses thrive. And so I'm in the area of content, media, and creation and creativity. So that's my space in the business. And one of our big projects last year was speaking at the Stellenbosch Small Business Academy, Small Business School, speaking to the cohort of the Business Academy. So there's a cohort of young businesses, budding business owners that is just going through a program to develop and get their business and enhance their business. And so we were brought in to do a workshop with him on defining your story. So it was a storytelling workshop / defining their business journey and just kind of getting their business ready for the pitching phase of the program. And so that was our job at the Stellenbosch Small Business Academy. It was really cool. I loved it. The team loved it, and just get to see that people were brave enough to take on the business world in this climate, in this South Africa. But these young businesses, that's gonna do amazing. And even if they fail, they'll learn something and then they'll start up again. But it's just such an amazing journey. In last year, I got to speak at the IFC Cape Town pop-up. So this is a organization, well, this is linked to the Resource Alliance, a global body that helps NGOs and NPOs and people in the development space to raise funds, organizations in the development space to raise funds, obviously to sustain the organizations. And so they're brought in some thought leaders, some creatives to speak about using aspects of the organization and just to generate funds. And so podcasting, that's the space I'm in. And so I got to speak about podcasting, and I co-presented with another business, to talk about storytelling and the power of storytelling, the power of your story, and how you can harness that to generate business or generate resources and funding in your space. And so out of that conversation, I got Breadline Africa, so they became a client after presenting. And it was such an amazing experience to talk through the process, to chat, to see many different organizations that's probably looking at podcasting. Why must I waste my time with this? I don't understand what podcasting is about, or looking at podcasting as something just for the entertainment space. But knowing that podcasting and it as a story enhancing tool, curating, distilling your thoughts, distilling your message, and getting your message in front of the right people to affect change and potentially fund your organization. So podcasting is here to stay. It is a powerful tool, and we got to share the power of this story. And so, yeah, my goodness. So 2024 has been a wild ride, and I mean, that's how 2024 went. I can only imagine how 2025 is going to be. So if you are looking to do podcasting and you're wanting someone to assist, just even if it's from telling your story, curating, distilling your thoughts down to a singular focused message, or you're looking for someone to take over the podcast, the actual recording and getting over the hurdle of that, or someone to deal with the post-production record in terms of the editing, in terms of putting it together video or audio, or just working on a strategy plan for your podcast in terms of posting and all those things, then hit me up. Message me or email me at jason@creativefluentsite.com. Message me then, and then we can get in touch and see how we can assist you. And if you like the podcast, do listen, enjoy. But most of all, I want to journey with you this year. I really want to hear more from you this year. We can grow this podcast. So do leave comments in the comment section on YouTube or Spotify or Apple. Leave a review. If you like it, leave a review. If you don't like it, email me. And then we can take it from there. But yeah, hope you found this episode helpful. Thank you for listening. And like I said, it's my birthday, and you can wish me happy birthday. I would love that. Love to hear from you.